Khalil Jibran one time for your mind. It's a special moment right now. Welcome to the building. It's the Khalil Jibran experience.
Mhm.
Delegated in the building.
Let's go.
Shout out to Cool Brand for the sponsor. Primo, what up? Pete, what up? It's gonna be a good night tonight. 420. Make sure you get your tickets.
I don't even got this song to walk around. I know.
Y'all
I
go.
don't even got this song. Like, that's wild. I'm looking at this like, this is our
Wake
first
'em up.
song.
Wake them up. Yeah. Wow. Ain't been sleeping on me. Time to wake them up. Ain't been sleeping on me. Time to wake them up. He gonna talk. This shit gonna walk.
Uh-huh.
Time to pull out of down. All that stuff.
Uh-huh. Let's go.
Babe, my mama said, yeah, babe.
Uh-huh.
He said something you gotta say.
What else?
Well, when I get to that,
Let's go.
when the sun, when I'm putting shade, fuck.
Uh-huh.
You want to turn it up. You want to conserve the number. No problem. You can never.
Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Bro, wow.
No, it's wake them up. Time to wake them up.
Damn, what the fuck? How you pull
Word,
this off the
word.
cut? This is my first song. Like, this is my second song I ever recorded. Like, how the fuck?
Ladies and gentlemen,
The gold.
we got the most talented Dela Gold in the building.
That's right. Big DG.
Welcome, 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 welcome.
Thank you. You're welcome. I'm happy to be here. You know I'm excited to be here.
I already know you
You
excited.
know I'm excited.
So, what's up, Brie? How you feeling, man? How you feeling hearing that song?
I was surprised you was gonna play that song. I thought you was gonna play something from Rain on a Sunday, actually. But that, like, yo, where you pull that at? I don't even got that song. I ain't hear that song since we recorded that song.
Wow.
But that song bring back mad memories.
Man.
Mad memories. That was my first, like, real like my first studio session was like when I was 12, but that was my first real studio session, like introducing me for real. Like,
So, like,
damn.
can you remember like your just the vibes that day? Like,
Yeah, I remember Todd on my ass.
sound
I
all
remember
right?
telling my ass, yo, you and Lil about to put y'all in the studio. Yo, we about to go. I got my mans, he got a studio. We about to go to the studio. And we went there, and I remember it taking me forever to write that song. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
It took it me. Yeah, like, just don't put too much thought in it. Just go ahead and do it. And I did the shit. And I was okay. And that was like my first time actually hearing myself, like, for real. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's some shit. Like, I want to keep doing this shit for real.
No, that joke. I remember just leaving the studio, having that song, and just playing it like, damn, like this how we really feel. We really like expressed it and like, got it off. And that was that 2012? Yeah,
it was 12.
2012.
Damn, well, we've been in this shit for a minute. Like, it's 20. Fuck, we've been in this for a minute.
2023.
Word, 2023. No bullshit. Word. I remember that was like, I was a little bit shy.
Mm.
That's my first time actually really doing the record. And I'm like, damn. That's why I think it took me so long to do it, because I just put too much thought in it. Like, damn, what if it's not hot? What if this not catchy? But I had to remember my first actual freestyle to Ty. It was just like, it wasn't no thought to it. It's just like I told Ty, like, Ty, I can rap.
Right.
Like, you can rap. I can rap for real. And I did that freestyle. It's like, yo, you really can rap.
Right.
All right, my little brother Lil, he be rapping. That's how you introduced me to you. Oh, he be rapping. I'm like, all right, well, then I'm gonna always shout out Ty.
Shout out to Ty.
Right, shout out to Ty 1 time, 2 times, I always tell people I feel like I was rapping before, but Ty brought me out of my shell. Like, Ty really brought me to the light to make me get in the studio. Like, for real. Cause I never, and then Ty put that time in with me, He did what he did, made that money to pay for my studio time. I'm always love Ty, respect Ty, and shout out Ty, for real. He the reason why I'm really really went to the studio, knew what the studio was. Cause my first studio was actually in the basement with my brother. It's like 11, 12. And I did a song with him, but it wasn't really like, it wasn't a real studio. But Ty was like the first person that was like, yo, you got to take this seriously. Like, you got to really do this shit. So I'm going to always shout out Ty, for real. Because Ty really the reason why, he the reason why I could do this for shit, for real,
Right. So before then, like, how did you even meet Ty?
I met Ty because my mother moved, I believe in 2008. My mother moved on 4th Ave, North 11th and 4th Ave. But I wasn't even talking to Ty then. I didn't start talking to Ty then till I want to say 2010. I didn't start talking to Ty. And I think that's how the conversation sparked, really, because I told him I could rap. And, people challenge you, you can't rap for real, because I was really a girly girl. I was really I don't think nobody really expected me to know how to rap, So I told him I could rap. He told me bust a free. When you say you know how to rap, that's the first thing everybody say. Let me hear some shit, So he let me hear some shit. And usually I'm like, damn, you put me on the spot. I play the shy role. I'm not really shy, but it's I feel comfortable around my people, I didn't really know Ty like that. I really wasn't, I really didn't know too many people over there at that point. So he told me spit some shit. I spit some shit. He yo, my little bro Lil, you rap? I'm about to get you on the studio. I'm about to pay for the time. I'm about to get you on the studio. And when people tell you that, I'm about to pay for the studio, Ty didn't really know me at all. So for him to say he about to pay for the time, I'm like, all right, this nigga bullshit. Gave him my number, then they called me next day. Yo, be ready. We about to go to the studio. Where was it? It was at the Colonnades, right? I think it was Quest, right? And I'm like, oh shit. Me thinking he playing, I didn't even have anything prepared. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, we go there. I'm like, I'm taking hours I remember that day. I'm taking hours to finish my rap. Hours. You went in there, you just knocked it out 2.5. I'm not even 2.5, but you was just quick with your shit. And I'm like, damn,
I think that's because me and Ty, we was already had a rhythm of going to the studio. So I already was
word.
You know what I'm saying?
Word. Then I got in there, I'm like, y'all don't put so much thought in it. Go ahead, what you want? Just go ahead and do the shit. And I did the shit. I was like, yo, it's good. But I ain't gonna lie, even that day, I felt like it wasn't good enough.
Okay, so when was that moment that you experienced and you were like, yo, this is it? I could take this further and really make this a lifetime thing.
I feel like when I made Let Me Vent.
I agree. Before I even ask you that question, I already
I feel like when I made Let Me Vent, I was like, oh shit. But man, you know what? With that, I was very scared to make that. That was the most scariest, because I was talking about real shit and I was scared because I'm speaking of my mom, I'm speaking of my dad, I'm speaking on personal shit, and I'm like, damn. And then it was me knowing that people was probably gonna hear it around where my mom lived. It's I don't want these people to really know my business, Right. But then the reaction I got, I'm like, oh, hold up. I'm not the only one that really feel like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the only one that's really people was really hitting me up, relating to that shit. And that shit made me feel okay, I could do this shit for real, But before that, I had made a few songs before that, but I never felt like I was playing with it. Because I'm not gonna lie, what's Chief Keef kind of put a battery in my back too. And I'm not gonna, when Chief Keef came out, I kind of like every beat I did a Chief Keef beat, and it was like I was trying to ride his wave, not because I came out, but I really didn't know my own flow, if that makes sense. Like I didn't know what type of flow I had, but when I did Let Me Vent, that was my own flow. It wasn't like Chief Keef, it was like more pain, more real, more me. And I'm like, damn, I could do this shit. If I could be me, I could do this shit. Like this is really me. You feel me? So I'm like, motherfuckers fucking with this. I had to do it. Yeah, like motherfuckers fucking with this shit. I could do this shit for real. So that was the lane I chose. I didn't want to be, because I never been all my life. I never been really super girly. Like I can get girly, but I always been. I grew up around my boy cousins, my brother.
A little rough.
Yeah, a little rough scruff, So it's like, yeah, that was more my lane. It wasn't more being girly, but then I kind of felt like I kind of felt like I couldn't find my lane at that time. That's what it was. I couldn't find my lane because it's like all these new female rappers coming out, and it's like everybody's so girly. So it's like, how I'm gonna be me? Because everybody's so girly, and this is what everybody accepting. So I was like, I'm gonna do mine. But everybody around me, like the people that genuinely fucked with me and fucked with my music, what you used to tell me? You the Beyonce of rap.
Yeah, I swear I was just thinking that in my head.
You the Beyonce of rap.
Let me tell you right fucking now. When I heard that motherfucking song, Let Me Vent.
Like, you the Beyonce of rap. You used to always tell me that. You the Beyonce of rap. You the Beyonce of rap.
When I heard that Let Me Vent, I was a believer. Like nobody could not tell me nothing about Dela Gold.
Let's go.
She gave niggas 4 minutes, all bars, all real rap, no hook.
Let's go.
Like storytelling, like
a visual. And
it's like, where do you find that? And I think around that time I had made like kind of a similar song called Me Against Myself.
Yeah, that was my shit.
Yeah.
You know that was my shit. Me Against Myself. Oh, that's my shit. Rain on a Sunday, hands down, is my favorite project. Like, that's my favorite project. Because it's like, I feel like Rain on a Sunday is my favorite project because you're elevating, but that was something I've seen you go through from start to finish. Like, I was even on that shit. Shout out to me. Shout out to me. But yeah, I see you. Yeah, give me a little clap or something. But yeah, Rain on a Sunday is something I seen you go through start to finish. Like, that shit was just like, I think I was more amazed, because my first song with you was like, that's all I knew of you. But then when I see Rain on a Sunday, I'm like, Lil, you different. Like, you not, even now, you not like nobody else. No, you can't be compared to nobody else. Let's be real. You cannot compete. Even, like, I love Jersey. Shout out Newark rappers. Let's shout out them. Like, feel me? Shout out Newark rappers. But word. Let's go. A little mystery. But it's like, you can't compare Khalil Jibran to nobody. I mean, you could compare a couple of Newark rappers to a couple of Newark rappers because a lot of people doing drill or different shit. But you can't compare Khalil Jibran. And even now, like, just knowing where you started and where you at. Come on now, Lil. Come on, Lil. Like, for real. Like, I know the real Lil. I know the Lil that was hustling, selling snacks, mouths, Dutchess, whatever you need at the night, 24 hours. Let's go. You feel me?
I heard it was
with the wagon. Hold on, with the wagon. Like, stop playing. Like, for real. Like, so ain't nobody comparing to you, Lil. And metaphorically, lyrically, like, still, like, but it was like, it's crazy because you was like that back then. You know what I'm saying? You was like that back then. This is not something that you was like that back then. And even back then, when I be in the studio with you, it wasn't that I was intimidated. I'm just like, damn, how the fuck I'm about to come on this shit? Lil, you want me to get on this track with you? You busting my ass on the track before I even get on here. So it's like, even when I would take hours to write, it's like, damn, like, I gotta come hard on this shit. I gotta come with a punchline or something. I can't just come on here on a lazy shit because I know that's not how you come. You feel me?
Right.
Like, you always critique your craft. You always took it seriously. So I feel like if I get on anything with you, I can't play on that shit. It got to be serious because you taking your own shit serious. I can't get on here and play with you. Right. I already know how you coming. You feel me?
Right.
But yeah, like you always kept me on my toes anytime I got on some shit with you. But Rain on a Sunday, I think Rain on a Sunday hit different for a lot of people though.
No, I really do.
It do.
And you know why I say that too? Because I feel like the whole era after Rain on the Sunday, like the whole Fuck 12 era and shit after that, I don't feel like the hood was as involved or there step by step of the process, right? Because even the songs on my last project, I don't think nobody in the hood can name 5 songs on my last project. And
I could agree with that.
And it's not no slight to them. It's just it was a very unique time. I went off of Great John and them. I was moving around in the city, doing a lot of industry things. You feel me? So, and then at that time it was like
Rain on a Sunday was a movement. It was a movement on like because I'm from Georgia King Village. Shout out to my hood. I'm from Georgia King Village, but when I came to Fourth Ave, I'm not gonna say Fourth Ave didn't embrace me. They embraced my music before my own hood did. And I'm keeping it a buck. They embraced me for my own hood did. And Rain on a Sunday at that time was a movement because I think before I came around here, they was doing music before I came around here. Like, you got him, my baby father, they was doing music before I came around here. But then I came around here, it was not really music. I feel like we started up the music thing again. He tried to start it up again. We started the music thing again. But I feel like Raining on a Sunday, everybody was behind you. Like, it was like, yo, Lil really got this shit. We riding behind him. But I kind of feel like, if I'm going to be honest.
Shout out to my son, Malkman, man.
Right. Rest in peace, Malkman. We love you, man. Word. And Malkman, that's another one.
And he was the main component behind everything you
said. For real.
Behind galvanizing everybody. Like,
for real. 9th Street.
Malkman gave me the position where I could just be an artist.
Word.
You feel me? When he passed away, I had to develop a lot of new skills to be able to survive, keep going and keep the momentum alive. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta say, Malkman was one of my biggest critics besides Courtney. Courtney was always with whatever I was with.
Right.
But Malkman, he always was honest, like brutally honest. Like, yo, Brent, you slapping on that shit. Like, you gotta, like, you feel me? Like, I don't know what you listening to, what you trying to be like, but you gotta do better. Like, that was my biggest on 9th Street. When we was in 9th Street in the attic, like, in the Malkman was my biggest, like, I gotta honestly say that he was my, like, Ty was my critic, but Ty, I feel like, honestly, Ty thought everything I spit was like, all right, yeah. Because I feel like he didn't hear a female voice like that, But Malkman was like, nah. Like, he always made me feel like, you gotta, like, even if it was good, he made me better. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'm spitting some hard shit, but he'd be like, that's all you got. Like, yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Like, it's like, damn, nigga, I just spit some hard shit. Like, you don't like that? And then I come even harder. He's like, yeah, that's the one. That's the one, Lil. That's the one. That's the one, Braid. That's the one. But yeah. Damn, I miss him out. Like, and then it's like, as time go by, you never realize how much a person played a valuable part in your life, like a valuable moment. Like, he played a valuable moment. And I can't even, shout out to Malcolm, like, for real. Like, for real. Because he played a valuable moment, for real, as my biggest critic at that time. Because I was just starting out. I didn't even know my flow. And he used to always tell me that was my problem because I didn't know my flow. But I always used to think, whatever's in, that, Lil, whatever's in is what I gotta do. That's how I felt. But Malcolm used to say, yo, just do you. Like, you dope yourself. Like, stop trying to, like, you trying to sound like Nicki Minaj. Like, sound like you making voice, like, sound like you dope. And I'm like, I felt like I didn't have enough confidence in myself. That's what it was. I didn't have enough, like, anybody. It was different for people to tell me around me, like, it was good. But I felt like once I did Ballin' Like I'm Jordan with Skrilla and him,
I remember that.
I felt like people looked at me differently around here. Like, I feel like, till this day, I love y'all. Shout out to him, shout out to Skrilla, but I had the hardest verse on here. Like, it's my time to shine, move over. Part my seat, and I'm hungry, and you're looking full, so part my greed. Now they be balling average and last year true too. Over your time, but monsters time to let my swag loose. Like what? Like you feel me? That was like I felt like I was going in there killing that shit because I felt like I'm on a track with two men. These people on Fourth Ave really don't know me for real. You know what I'm saying? But this is like I know Heem was pushing his mixtape. I know people really like fuck with Heem heavy.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm about to go crazy. And I'll never forget the first time it was played right directly on the corner of 12th and Fourth Ave. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was that Vet car or it was that Heem car, but Vet was there and he heard me and Vet was like, yo, you hard. Like, you know, like he fucked with it and then everybody else heard it. I'm like, okay, now I'm gaining my respect, like as an artist for real, you know?
Right.
But because for a long time, I felt like people didn't really like respect me as an artist. I still feel like I'd be looked over sometimes, but I'm really feeling.
Let me ask you a question. Why do you care so much what people think?
I don't know. I care for validation because I don't know because I just feel like I'm from Newark and I feel like I put on for Newark, so I feel like y'all should support me. You know, I feel like me personally, it's not even a cocky thing. It's just that I feel like personally, like metaphorically, like compared to other females in Newark, it's some good females in Newark that's out, but I feel like I'm one of the hardest. But I don't feel like I get the respect I should.
And I agree with you, but you know what though? I don't think nobody's debating if you're one of the hardest or not.
I don't feel like enough people know me. And I feel like if they do know me,
but
it's a popularity contest.
Whose fault is that?
It's true. It's kind of my fault.
It goes the same thing about what I was saying about the songs in my tape. Mm-hmm. People only know Fuck 12 and Whoa because those are the two songs that I pushed the most.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's all about what are you putting forward? What are you giving people?
Right.
How are you feeding the streets?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like I would say if all it takes is for Dela Gold to be consistent.
Right.
And for her to drop.
You talk to me about this all the time. Off the fucking mic, on the mic. You get on my ass. You and Tom. Y'all get on my ass.
Nah, because it's simple math. You know what I'm saying? And it's everything you're looking for is in that. Because, you know, every time you drop something, people fuck with it.
Right. People really genuinely fuck with me.
And what blow my shit is that you be surprised still.
I do.
After all these years, I'll be like, yo, what the fuck?
I do.
She's still in 2013. Like, come on, you gotta.
Because I feel like the type of writer I am, I feel like I don't know if you ever seen like a Lauryn Hill interview. I cannot write if I have no inspiration behind it. And sometimes I don't. I have writer blocks. But sometimes I don't have inspiration.
Peep this though. People eat McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows McDonald's is bad for you.
Right, but they still gonna fuck with it.
Why?
Because it's good.
No.
Why?
Because there's a lot of them around, and it's cheap, and it's always available.
Facts.
And they're consistent. Facts. Anytime you know you're going to McDonald's, you know exactly what you're gonna get.
Facts.
You feel me?
Facts.
As opposed to, I know some soul food spots and the food be banging, but it's hard. What I'm talking about, it's hard to catch them. You know, they closing early. Mm-hmm. Some days they don't open. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the day that I'm not able to go to the spot I really want to, McDonald's is always going to be there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it just comes down to the point of
consistency.
Who's going to be there. And the ones that's always there is the BS motherfuckers.
The BS. And that's how I feel, Lil. Like, that's how I feel. I feel like, but that's it go toe to toe with consistency because I feel like if I was more consistent, I wouldn't feel like I was overlooked because I feel like I'm better than a lot of bitches. I be listening to some shit like, damn. Like,
do you know that you have the power to have influence and create and control a whole wave of women of this generation?
Yeah, you want to know why? Because my daughter. Single-handedly, my daughter is, I don't care. My daughter is my biggest fan. Every song I ever made, like, I'm not gonna say because that one that you just started off with, I ain't had that, but like any song I go to the studio, my daughter is my biggest critic. And people will be like, why you let your daughter listen to that? Why you let your daughter listen to raps? Like, why you let your daughter listen to cursing? Because this was it ain't no plan B for me. I really believe this could work. If I know my potential. I know if I be more consistent, I know where it could take me. But my daughter is my biggest fan. Like, she tells me, even when I before I even go to the studio, I put on an instrumental in the car and I rap. I rap to the instrumental. I let Late hear me. This what your mother doing. Like it ain't. I mean, people gonna feel the way they feel. People gonna judge. Like why you let your daughter listen? You be saying it is what it is. Like my daughter, that's not the only thing I listen to because I want her to have a different type of variety of music. I listen to the Isley Brothers. I listen because I like I love sample beats. So I listen to different music, but my daughter's not. Soleil can rap every song. She gonna skip over the stuff she ain't supposed to say, but she can rap every song I do, and that's why I know like how big my influence could be. If my daughter, she's 8 years old, she fucking with it. Yeah, like that double battery in my back too. Cause Soleil be like, I'll rap something before I go to the studio. And Soleil be like, I don't like that. I think you should take that out. And I'm like, do you really even know what I'm saying for real? You know what I'm saying? And she like, but it just don't sound right, mommy. I switch it, come out even better. Even better.
Do you understand what I'm saying when I say you had the power to influence women everywhere?
Speaking of Soleil, now she called me right now. I gotta tell her I'm at the podcast. What you mean?
I mean that you had the power to control trends. You had the power to control the women economy. Women are the top consumers in America.
Right.
So with you being the wave, you can control the way dollars flow.
You want me to be honest? I never really looked that far.
I know, and I have.
How big my influence could be.
I know, I have, and that's what I'm telling you. And that's why I have to keep telling you because I don't think you really understand what that is.
Right.
That's massive.
I don't know why I never really looked that far.
Let me tell you, that's massive. Rihanna's a billionaire.
But see, Lil, one thing about you always looked further. In 2012, you was in 2000. Let's be real, you was in 2016 already. Like you already seen what your future was gonna be. I never really looked that far. I always looked at in that moment. You know, now I'm getting to the point where I'm old and it's like I know what I could be because I gained that confidence. But back then I never really had that confidence to know what I could be, honestly. But I know if I go to studio right now, what I could do. So that's what give me that battery in my back. Like I know what I could do. Ain't nobody in here could tell me what I could. But back then I never had that to look that far. You know what I'm saying? Like I never looked that far as I could do this. I could do this. I could change a whole. I never looked that far.
But that we're gonna go back to consistency too.
All right.
When you're consistent, you have the ability to do it in repetition.
Right.
When you're doing it in repetition, you have the mental space to be able to look that far. You feel me? Because if you're doing it every once in a while, it just you get in, get out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that is a powerful thing. Rihanna is a billionaire from not music.
Just being Rihanna, really. If you want to be technical, it ain't about makeup either. It's just being her. I feel like people genuinely fuck with her because I feel like they feel like she's genuine. When she make a song, it just hit different. That's why people beast for it.
It's so real that she don't even have to make a song. She can just
she can just show up on everything. She can just show up and people go crazy. People really go crazy.
Real talk. But the way I look at things is like everything evolves, right? So what Rihanna was given to the game, there can never be another Rihanna.
It could never be.
You know what I'm saying? So
it could never be.
The game needs new things, right?
Right.
So I remember I was with Ty, matter of fact. I was at his girl house. And I think it was her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was in the house, whatever. And they were playing Little Kim.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. When I tell you I never heard Little Kim that way.
Really? What song was it?
I don't even remember. I heard the song before, but in that environment with those people, it allowed me to experience Little Kim in a whole different way. It made me feel like, Little Kim is the female DMX.
Really? You wouldn't believe who really inspired me though. Like I fucked with Kim when I was younger. I was like, my mother used to be mad at me because I thought Foxy and Kim were sisters.
before we get into Foxing, I'm
Okay.
gonna tell you why I said that about that experience in DMX. People always say it's a difference. Even Jay-Z has said it was a difference when Jay-Z and DMX was on tour.
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z said it was hard going up after
him
DMX
because he would
every
make people
night.
cry. He would make people. It's like, how you go up against that?
And then
Right.
he said he had to do acapella just to try to even it out as best as he could. And I equate that as, right, to be Jay-Z, it's only a select few people that's going to achieve the Jay-Z texture.
True. Never at that height, but I get what you're saying.
And not even Beyonce aside, money aside, just the level of understanding their perception of the world. That's a select, exclusive few people that's going to achieve that. DMX,
he was raw.
He is where we are.
Yep.
If you look at a homeless person on the street, that's like he was pain, he was poverty, he was suicidal thoughts, dogs, like just
he was just like, pure.
Yeah,
he was just pure. Like it was just the pure. He was just pure. Damn, DMX not even here no more, but he was just different. We never gonna get another DMX.
And you don't have to do much to feel DMX. You feel me? You could be anybody and
feel that shit like just instant off the ground. The ground.
That's how I kind of felt about Lil' Kim when I heard her in that moment. You feel me? Because she was speaking that pain, real raw, like kind of, you know what I'm saying? And Nicki's cool, but you know, Nicki getting her little bougie bag at sometimes too, where she flex on people, you know what I'm saying? But the way I heard Lil' Kim, it was just no cut, just
raw.
Raw.
But I think honestly that was like when Biggie was around too.
Whenever it was. But I say that to say the game is missing that rawness. And that is at this point in the game priceless. And that's why when you made Let Me Vent, that's why I said you were the Beyonce of rap, because you have a rawness that none of them do not have. And that is your most valuable asset.
I was so scared to make that song. A lot of people don't understand that. I held on to that song because I was so scared to release it, because I'm like, damn, my mother going to hear it. My mother probably on this podcast now because I just sent it to her, but my mother going to hear how I feel. My father going to hear how I feel. And they just going to be like, because I never spoke on it. So It's like, damn, like, you know, and it wasn't trying to disrespect nobody. It wasn't trying to shade nobody. It was just like, damn, this is how I really feel. You feel me? It wasn't trying to like I wasn't trying to offend nobody.
But you know, that's what the art is here for,
right?
You know, before people start commercialized, that's what art is for, to be able to take your pain and transmute it into something that you can share with everybody.
That's feeling.
You feel me? Now, if I'm going to do something, it make me feel better because I know I'm not the only one.
Right.
It's somebody out there that can.
And that's what it was for me. When people started telling me, like, yo, I felt that shit, like females. Okay, it's one thing if a nigga feel you, but when it's a female, and it makes you feel different, because I'm a female too. I'm not the only person that feel like this. So it's like, it made me just feel different. Like, damn, like, I should have been did this shit. I should have been said this shit. Like, you know, like, I'm saying what people can't really speak up and say, but they want to say. You feel me? Shit. But I feel like I said, like, when I was younger, my mom used to bump Kim, Foxy, you know. But who did it for me personally was Remy. Remy did it for me. I love Remy set the tone for me. Like, that made me feel comfortable to say whatever the fuck I want to say, because she was from the hood.
I remember
she
that.
Was just hood.
You like, damn, Remy coming home, man.
I was so happy, and I was so disappointed that she didn't come home and do what I expected her to do. But I'm like, that set the tone for me. Like, that just made me feel like, you know, I love Remy. I worship the ground Remy walked on. And it's crazy because when Remy album came, Remy had one album that came out. She had a lot of mixtapes on one album. And it was something about Remy. And I was living in the house with my stepmother and my father. They didn't play that cursing shit. They got me the motherfucking Walmart brand with no curses, and I blast that shit top to bottom. I know every fucking song back to front, but I love Remy. Remy made me feel comfortable to be me. Like she made me feel comfortable to be me because she was a hood chick going through shit. She talked about abortion. She talked about like just being in the hood, like dealing with the hood nigga, like. And it's like, damn, like I felt like when I came out, I had to be bougie. I had to talk about shit I didn't even have. I had to talk about shit but she made me feel like that's where that Let Me Vent came from. Because she did a song called What's Going On by Keisha Cole about an abortion. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Let me vent. That's what gave. I heard the Jeezy, no, don't do it. I'm like, oh, this is the perfect beat. But yeah, Remy, I never like. That's what inspired that Let Me Vent song. Like that. Like, I love her. Like I can't say. Like I said, I grew up on my mother listened to Foxy and Kim and Lauryn Hill. I love Lauryn Hill, but me personally listening to my favorite artist at that time, it was Remy. That's who, and even now, when I done came across some managers I done had, hey, you got a Remy flow. Like, you know, I don't take it as as shade, but I don't take it as a compliment because I had a manager tell me, like, you got a Newark flow, like just for the hood. You don't got a flow for global, but you got a flow for the hood. And I'm like, this is me. Like, even I feel like this was me before I heard Remy. She just made me comfortable to be me. Like, yo, I could do this shit. Like, I fuck with it. I know it's other females that fuck with it.
So when the people is gonna get some new Dela Gold?
I got some new Dela Gold. I'm happy about that. I got some new Dela Gold. I'm supposed to be shooting a video 2 weeks to this song called Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go.
Oh shit
Now, this is the thing. This is the thing about Hood Love. I had Hood Love in the cut. I'm gonna tell you the backstory about Hood Love. I'm not gonna say who, but I think I told you about that. Somebody talking about my Hood Love song.
Oh yeah.
But it was something that I did that was different. It was something that I stepped out of my comfort zone, but it was something that I did that I liked. You know. Now moving forward, will I always do songs like that? I'm not gonna say I am. I do spontaneously because I'm a pain artist. I like to speak pain. I like to speak real shit. I like to speak, and that's why I said, like, I know you say consistency, but I always write when I'm going through shit. I always write in that moment. I can't. It's hard for me. I can't say I can't, but it just be hard for me to write in that moment for some shit. Like, I can't really explain it, but it's like.
But you do know it's other emotions besides pain, though, right?
It's other emotions besides pain, but I don't know. I connect with pain better.
I feel you, but I think as artists we gotta do better at that because it's a slippery slope.
Okay, but that's why it was Hood Love. That's why I did Hood Love, because it was about being in that moment. I was with a nigga that I was happy with, and I felt like it was Hood Love, and I felt like, okay, this some Hood Love shit, like this some ghetto fabulous shit, but I love it here. Like, so he inspired me. Shout out to you, because I told you I wrote this song because of you. Yeah, shout out to you. But yeah, like at that time, I wrote Hood Love, and that's what I'm saying. That's how I am. Like, I'm in that moment, but I'm in love in that moment. I'm writing about love. If I'm in pain in that moment, I'm writing about pain. But it's like to the point where I'm so good at what I do, I need to learn how to balance it. Learn how to just write on the spot. Whatever I'm like,
You need to write every day.
Courtney. Shout out to Courtney, because Courtney used to be in my ass. She used to tell me, if you in the attitude, you got an attitude, and you're not in the mood, it don't matter. If you can't write it, you got to write it spot. Write it down.
It's like going to the gym.
Into a song later.
Like going to the gym. You can't just. That's like me. I'm a basketball player. Say you want some AI shit.
Practice. We talk about practice.
Nah, but it's real, and
right.
And that's what it takes. Because say if you were to go to the studio with Dr. Dre right now.
See,
you'll be taking hours like you did with
I'll be taking hours because I gotta find an inspiration.
But I'm so glad you said that. I watched something.
Let me ask you something. How do you find the inspiration in the moment?
I'm about to tell you. I'm glad you said that. I watched something around that random Sunday wake 'em up time, probably like 2013. I was studying because I wanted to be so great. And I
remember
remember
that, reading books and all that.
I was doing everything.
Yeah, I remember that. Watching fucking YouTube, reading books. I was nigga. I know. Like I know the Lil Jibran. Like for real.
And that was before people was on YouTube learning.
For real, you was really studying that shit.
But I came across this veteran writer. He said the difference between the amateur and the professional songwriter is the amateur needs inspiration.
But I'm not an amateur though. I really do this shit. I've been doing this shit long enough to not be an amateur.
But listen to the sentiment though.
All right.
An amateur needs inspiration. A professional knows the technical and the objective and how to execute that no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Know how to bring it out.
Niggas at LA Fitness, they have a good game every once in a while.
Right.
Kobe Bryant,
always on his game.
Michael Jordan, he could get the flu, be cold, have a sore, whatever. He's going to be that every single time. Right. He doesn't need inspiration to have a good game. It's just who he is, because it's so much in repetition that it's just second nature.
Right.
And I say that too because when I get on stage, it's the same energy. Because I've done it so much, I could just let go.
Right.
I don't need to say, "Oh."
You make the room. If the room is there, you make the room feel like, even if they don't know your song, I seen the shit, nigga. You make the room feel like they want to jump up and down. They don't even know the fucking song, but they just want to go off with the fuck. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I seen that shit.
Right.
Real talk. You know you do that shit. Like that's it.
You know you do that shit. I know you know.
You seen that shit yourself, nigga. I seen it myself. Like word. That's different. Like
but that's just repetition. And I will couple that and saying, I remember my first performance so vividly at Billy P. It was terrible.
That's different when I was there.
Nah,
that was like the second performance.
Nah, it was probably like the fifth or sixth.
When I came,
yeah, I had to get it together.
But it was still dope. They was fucking with you though.
No, but let me tell you about my first one. It was when I first wrote Me Against Myself. It was an open mic at the Starbucks, and they didn't have an aux cord, so I went up there and I had the mic. And I had put the beat from my phone on.
You sure wasn't there? I think I was there.
Wasn't there. Nobody was there. I remember.
So what was the song that I was there for?
Let me get this out.
Okay.
So I'm rapping it, and then I'm trying to kind of get lost in the song, but I don't have the technical abilities of a performer. I haven't put in enough repetition enough to really let go how I wanted to. You feel me? But doing shows, open mics, showcases, being on college tours, rehearsing, I had that repetition. I knew my body language. I knew certain parts of the song to where though I don't even have to think no more.
Right.
It's no mind, there's no thoughts.
Right.
When you're in that zone,
you're in that zone.
It's just no resistance. It's just coming through you. You know what I'm saying? And that's with anybody, with sports, with art, with fucking.
Can I tell you what I see the growth in your performance from then and now? Absolutely. Your performance from then, your pronunciation. Even sometimes, even in the studio, your pronunciation was you would get excited, you would feel it, but your pronunciation with your performance. Now, like you say, you know how to move now. You know how to get into that, because I was there at Willie P. Okay, I probably was there at the fifth performance, but it was different. They was rocking with you, but the pronunciation, the way you moved, it was different compared to now. We fast forward to now, you got the crowd rock. Nigga, I told you, went to Europe. I'm yeah, they speaking a different. You they speaking no. Let me correct you. They speaking a different language. I'm they.
Bonjour,
you feel bonjour, oui, Yeah. So I'm I see the growth. I see the fucking growth. I'm happy to see that though, Lil.
Yeah. So I have yet to see Dela Gold perform yet. Is this going to be Dela Gold's first performances? Oh, how was that? Where was those and how was that?
They were at strip clubs though.
Okay.
It was at strip clubs, and I feel like the crowd wasn't really rocking with me, but I didn't give a fuck. I was in there in my zone because I felt like, look, y'all gonna feel me if y'all don't feel me. But when I got off, it wasn't more so the crowd that gave me the fucking applause. It was the strippers. Like, yo, you did that, you know? I don't give a fuck.
Showing love.
Right, strippers be showing love. You feel me? But yeah, like when I went on stage, I was like, I was nervous, but I was like, this what the fuck out. This now or never. This is like my very first performance. I'm like, this is now or never. I went up there. You know, I'm like, damn, what if they don't like me? If they gonna boo me, what the fuck they gonna do? They ain't never hear my song. How they gonna react? You feel me?
Right.
But I went up there and owned the shit, like, because I believed in what the fuck I was saying. Like, I knew if they heard it, they was gonna fuck with it. Then that's where I'm at now with my music. If anything I make now, I know they gonna fuck with it. I didn't feel like that before. So I was just like, all right, you know, I always question myself. You know, I always question myself. But now I'm at the point where I don't fucking question myself. I know anything I do, it's gonna come out. I know what I could do. Right. I know what I could do. I've been doing this for a while. Even if, the consistency, like public has not been there, but the consistency private has been there. And I know what I could do. So I know if I say I'm gonna do this, I know what I could do. I know if I go and if you put me in the studio with anybody, I know what I could do. I know I'm gonna kill that shit. Right. Male, female, I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't give a fuck whose song it is. I'm going in there and I'm just, cause I feel like I gotta make my mark. Like, you know, like y'all gonna feel me. Y'all not gonna play with like y'all because y'all don't see me so much public. When I do something, y'all not gonna question it. You know, y'all gonna be like, damn, like Nemo on something else. Like she shorty hard, like you know. So that's where I'm at with my shit now. Like, I don't know if other people feel bad. I don't give a fuck. I really don't, because I care about validation from my city. It's not the world, it's just my city, because I'm doing this for us. I want to open the doors for motherfuckers, you know? So why y'all not fucking with me? Because I'm hard. I know I'm hard. Y'all know I'm hard, but why the fuck y'all don't fuck with me as hard as y'all fuck with these booty bitches?
Why you think they not fucking with you?
Because I'm not consistent. We already went over that.
No, I'm just saying, what's making you even feel that emotion that people not fucking with you?
Because I see the Newark shit, and I see who they be posting. They don't post me. They don't fuck with me. But I post, like, I repost my videos. I repost my freestyles. Motherfuckers don't repost that. You know, this is what they do. It be the main pages. They DM me and tell me I'm hot. But y'all won't repost me. You feel me? But then y'all gonna repost these other bitches that's not even as close as what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got shit I feel like motherfuckers can relate to. I'm not talking about pussy popping all day. Fuck with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm really talking about what the fuck going on in our city right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I just feel like I know what I could do. That's bottom line. I know what I could do. Don't play with me.
So let me ask you this from a different angle to just take something somewhere else.
I gotta pee a little, but yeah.
We take a break a little bit.
Okay.
You know, everybody always blames certain things on rap music, from sexuality to drugs to violence and things like that. And on one hand, I don't agree, but on one hand, I kind of do, because now I look at the canon of Black stories, and all you see is hood shit. And we come from a culture to it, even nobody fucking reads. Right. And if anybody is reading something, it's a hood.
But this is the problem. People talk about violence in the hood. People don't talk about really the struggle like that. They want to glorify what they could, like, you get me what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Drill is crazy right now. We love drill. Okay, drill is drill is not my lane. I'd say that. I could do a drill song, but that's not my lane. I'm not gonna hop in that lane and continue to do that. I could do a drill song or two, but I ain't about to say that's me, you know? And drill is different because we talk about glorifying the violence. We talk about glorifying the stealing cars, scamming, all that. But that's hood. But let's talk about the struggle. Let's talk about how you really don't got no motherfucking water at home. How your mother really struggling.
But even that, I think it's so much more to us as humans. As
right, but we ain't
people.
Experiencing it.
Hold on. I feel like we don't have no other stories. Like it's just trauma.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is bigger than music. I'm thinking about movies, series, because you know we got BMF,
right?
Snowfall,
right?
Power,
right?
And this is all what? Drugs, violence, murder,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So, what do we have that's an option besides that?
All right, but do you notice this? A lot of people that come out with trauma, when they make it into like I want to say the industry, or when they make it bigger, they story change. They talk about glorifying their vacations and taking care of their family.
Like
I
who?
feel like Polo G.
I don't follow him that much, so I wouldn't be able to.
I could say, all right, I ain't gonna say Lil Durk because Lil Durk just talk for the niggas in the hood. I ain't gonna even say to him. But Polo G, you got fucking Lil Baby. Lil Baby is. You don't feel like Lil Baby is like a little bit of inspiration? He talks about different stuff, but he came out talking about trench shit, hood shit.
I'm saying, I don't feel like nobody's bringing nothing new.
Okay, I agree with that.
Like
I agree with
it's everything is recycled.
Oh yeah, okay, I agree with you.
It's either hood, pain, poverty, or I'm flexing and me and my niggas is this. We got rollies and we.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
It's nothing else. And I'm just saying this because I feel like it's so much more to talk about. We need to Let Me Vent.
Right.
We need the Remy Ma songs talk about abortions.
Right.
It's so much other rich topics that's a part of our human experience.
You know what I learned? I had a manager one time, right? He fired now. Shout out to him though, but he fired. But like he told me one time, like, you need to go travel because what you rapping about, you doing that shit. Just you talking about what you see in Newark. It's bigger than Newark. And if anybody gonna listen to you, they want to know like it's other shit going on. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. That's the problem. It's nothing to talk about because this is all they see. When they wake up, they go outside, see motherfuckers on drugs, shooting, killing, they brothers dying. So that's all they know. So what else is there to talk about? When he said that to me, like, you need to travel. You don't have nothing else to talk about.
Facts.
You don't have nothing. He said, you got all this pain music, you got all this music, but you have nothing else to talk about. That shit made me feel like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? And then he went and tried to switch up the beat that I go to. He made me uncomfortable. Like, he made me uncomfortable. I was with it first, but it went from changing my name to changing the way I write. Well, no, it went from changing my name to changing the beats that I like. Where it stopped for me was like writing for me. I write for me. Nobody writes for me. I was willing to change. Okay, we're going because you did this. You in the industry. You done this before, so I respect it. You feel what I'm saying? But when it got to you write my shit, I can't do that. But I understood that shit still stick in my head. Like, you good, you make good music, but the reason why you could be consistent, but the reason why you're not probably, you can go farther if you gotta go a trip, even if you go to Atlanta, go somewhere else, because everybody do different shit, different. You know what I'm saying? You rapping for your city. That's the problem. I love my city, but he made a point. You rapping for your city, and that's why you not going.
And you can still rap for your city, but give your city something. Feed them something new.
All right.
You feel me? Like, feed them something new. Like, even if you think that's not what they think they gonna want, just give it to them. Yo, I can tell you, when I be in the streets, people walk up to me like, yo, I fuck with your shit, bro. And it's people that, never really engage online.
But Lil, I used to be scared to get on the track with you. I'm gonna tell you why, wholeheartedly, because I felt like we were different rappers at one point. But then I had to listen to, we are the same rappers, you just put it in a different way. You know what I'm saying? I felt like, damn, like I can't really be as hood and ratchet as I want because you're not ratchet on the track. Let's be real. You're more metaphor, like lyrically flow, melody. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not that. I'm ratchet. Like, fuck that nigga, bitch, this, you know what I'm saying? And you wasn't like that. So at times I'd be like, how do I approach this track with you?
But this goes to the repetition again. Because there's a lot of music that I have that's over the top. So much that people want to be like, well, when are you getting back to Rain on Sunday?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
what I can say is on any track that I was on with you, you let me be me. You never, you let me be me. Whatever I wanted to go, whatever direction I wanted to go, you let me be me.
Of course. I'm gonna take a little break, y'all. I'm gonna let you use the bathroom.
2.5. Let me just go pee. Put it in for me.
Play some music. She gotta use the bathroom, Pete. It's to the left where the vending machine is at. Play some more Dela Gold real quick. Pete, what up? You good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Cool Brand. Shout out to my man Pete. Shout out to the big bro Primo. They got everything you need here. Come check them out. I'm gonna put the info in the description. Shout out to everybody on the live, man. Y'all really rocking. Shout out to B-Rad. Trip, what up? ABE, what up?
Slave time.
Lay, what up? Lay, that's the love, baby. Born on February 14th.
That's
Shout out to
right,
Lay.
my baby, my daughter.
Big Lay, what up? Lay, what up?
We give you a shout out. No, I told y'all what you should call me. My best friend. Yo, I'm gonna ask. How you drop that song? I didn't even know. You just dropped it and sent it to me. I say, yo, okay. Mhm. You want to know? You know what I see? You know what I see? Shit. Whoa, whoa. That was a different. To me, that was a different you.
You missed the whole trap dance era. It's a lot you missed, Bree. It's a lot. It's some.
But around the
it's some-
time there, all right,
no,
let
no,
me
no,
ask
no.
you a
Listen,
question
listen. It's some episodes in the Khalil Jibran experience that you gotta.
All right, but let me ask
gotta
you
go.
this: the trap dance era, was that the time when me, you, and be on 12 freestyling, just throwing on beat, and just freestyling? That
It was
was around
after
the
that.
time. After that,
Tap dance
what
era.
was like? Well,
Tap
that's
dance
what I'm
era
saying.
started 2015.
Mm. What was different for me?
Oh,
I
that
didn't
was
expect that.
2018.
Whoa, what?
See,
That was different for me.
and that was off of all the work that I was doing with Trap Dan. So when I got the Great John, everything was already.
That shit was different for me. Like, on some real shit, that's one of my favorite songs of yours, but I didn't expect that. I really didn't expect that. I don't think nobody. I think. Wait, what was the song I was with you in the studio? We went. What was it? What song was that? Even that one, I didn't even know what the fuck. I wasn't expecting it. I was in the studio with you. That was the first time I seen you sit. We was in the studio together so long. Yeah, what? I like to think in the double every day, nigga hustling, nigga be hustling. What? What? That was like I seen differently, like because everything was different about you, bro. Your pronunciation. That's the first time I seen everything.
You know what I'm saying? People miss a lot of episodes of before that because I had a Trap dance season, then I had the E-class season where I mastered the trap flow. And
E-class. I'm happy you brought him up.
E-class, shout out to E-class.
Shout out to E-class, but I'm on your ass because with my beat, nigga. Like, with my beat. Like, you sent me 3 beats. I told you I wasn't feeling that. Where my new beats at? You know I'm a simple girl.
E-class ain't playing with y'all.
E-class ain't playing. He ain't playing. Like,
He on some top shit.
Yo, on some real shit. He like, you ain't about to play my beat.
This that random Sunday, by the way. Khalil Jibran featuring Dela Gold.
Years, 9 years ago. Oh. Uh-huh.
That's the best that ever did it. The best that's gonna do it. Make it music.
I remember what he thought.
Yeah. So the weird thing, no more these niggas hate me down. It's funny that I made the club. It's funny that they hate me down.
But I was going to play.
How the fuck they tell me I'm in the cold world these days? Ready to give these niggas pop.
Okay.
From a clear from the ghetto.
Like, stop playing. Yeah, well, like, stop playing. First of all, let me tell you something.
Yeah, they can't even hear this shit.
Yo, you made me get on my bag in that song. You made me get on my bag in that song. Like, you made me get on my bag in that song. Like what we talking about? Like, you know, like let's get real.
Damn, Maddie can't hear this song.
Only $1,000 these niggas got it. 1,000 on their salary. Like what? Like,
nah, they got it.
These niggas ain't got no thousands. Only
hey, Chet, I'm about to try to play it from my phone. They gotta hear some of that. Like
for real. I don't these niggas hate me now. They hate me now. It's funny when I made them clowns. I made them clowns. Bitch trying to take me down. What? I'm in the cold world these days. Money can be plunging the top is getting only tell them other bitches job. Damn, that shit was different. I think that was my first time I Mad Bass too.
Yeah.
Bro, that was my first time I Mad Bass.
I'm mad they couldn't just hear that right now.
Shout out to my sister. She on here. She toned in. All right.
Only Devin ain't got a devil, nothing on these devils.
From the hard knocks and niggas to shit.
To the ratchet packing heavy metal. The streets trained to dream of a kid from the ghetto.
Hey, Trip, let me know if you can hear it, Trip.
They're going to acknowledge you. They're acknowledging our children like they killing them in the street. Either we're going to address them or we're going to pretend that they don't exist. And we can't do that.
As a grown man, do you sometimes
let me give you a shout out.
For
real, with the shit, like the snippets, hell yeah, I like that.
When I was growing up.
Like, if you ever heard God that I did in the beginning, if you said, if it's Kanye talking, I got that from you. Word. Yeah, I learned from you, Lil. I watch, nigga, watch.
Oh, I need to hear it better. All right, so
we back.
we back. So in this next part, I kind of want to ask you about like women. Like, how do you feel about the current state of women in America right now? How you feel about the women's movements that's going on, and how do you feel about feminism?
I'm actually happy now because I feel like, what's her name? Glorilla. I like Glorilla. I mean, I don't really know too many of her songs, but I just like her because you could tell. Like, we were just talking about DMX earlier. She just her. Like, you know, she from the hood. She just like we had a conversation about this on the phone earlier, but I just felt like at one point in time, it was only a certain kind of bitch that could get in the door. She had to be extra sexy, breasts, butt, talking about tricking on a nigga tricking on her. You know what I'm saying? Now I feel like we could talk about that real shit, that struggle shit, that pain shit. Like, you told me be the one to do it, basically, in so many words. Just be the one to open that door, you know? But I feel like I can't even hate on the bitches that's out because they doing their thing. I like Lotto. I fuck with a couple of female rappers, honestly. You know, because they got more to talk about. Like, it's to the point where at one point I wouldn't even listen to female music. I listen to all trap music. I listen to all niggas because I feel like sometimes a nigga got more that I can relate to than because a nigga just gonna be gully. A female gonna be prissy trying to dress it up. This nigga trick on me for money. I don't want to really hear that all the time. You know what I'm saying?
So aside from music, how do you feel about just where women are right now, just in the world, in America? Like I said, how you feel about the feminist movements? You know,
like what? So many, Me Too. It's so many. Like, which one are you talking about exactly? Like, right? Like what?
So boom, I'm gonna take it here first.
Okay.
How do you feel about the whole Amber Rose slut walk, sexual liberation? I can do whatever I want with my pussy. that type of energy.
You about to get me in trouble. So basically, like, cause I be arguing with my dude from time to time because the whole thing about it is, I understand where she comes from only because at one point I was in a relationship but I didn't feel no freedom. Like, I didn't feel like I could, even with my music, I didn't even get to say what I wanted to say because I'm like, I'm in a relationship. I gotta watch what I say. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's a different, like, when I got that taste of freedom, it's like, I do what the fuck I want. Like, nobody can, what a nigga gonna say? Like, the crazy part is, it be a nigga that ain't even paying your bills, that don't even fuck with you. Like, but God say, oh, she a hoe. Don't fuck with her. Don't, because I'm doing what I want to do. Like, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do because I feel like at such a long period of time, I couldn't say what I really wanted to say. I couldn't move how I really wanted to move. And even though at the time the person I was with was a great provider, you know what I'm saying? Great provider. When we split apart, even though that, it wasn't there no more, my independence felt good. I was struggling. My independence felt good. I got to say what I want to say. I got to move how I want to move. So I'm all for it. If you want to pop your pussy, pop your pussy. Who the fuck? Like, that's the thing. How could we tell somebody what else? And how could we judge? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody's sin is better than the other person's sin. I don't care what the next female do. I don't give a damn. It is, you do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to do what I want to do. I feel like Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite because when I was in a relationship, I would judge the next female. Why she doing that? Why she that's not the way you move. But when I got to that point where I was single and I was independent and I got to experience my independence, I had to go out and get everything on my own and do everything on my own. Own a car, just do everything on my own. When I experienced that, I looked at shit in a different light. Like you look at shit, who am I to tell these females what to do? I'm for it. If Amber Rose want to do slut walk, I'm up there. Like I'm there. I'm there. Like it ain't. I don't like. Who are we to tell these people these women how to make money? Like how to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I don't like that. I really don't like that because we don't. And everybody say, oh, if it's different. If he's a man, he can do this. If it's a woman, she can't do that. Says who? Who made these fucking rules? Like you know what I'm saying? What is the problem is? These rules been going on for so long, people think that you got to stick to them. No, people should be able to do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Right.
Especially as a woman, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck. I like to be free. I like to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it, and that's just the simple fact. Like, I want to teach my daughter that. Don't get no relationship because that's what I did. Like before I was in a relationship, I was all about my music, all about doing what I wanted to do. I got pregnant, and that's what I fucked up at, and that's why I fucked with Cardi B. Like people don't know I fuck with Cardi B because Cardi B showed me when you got pregnant, you could have kept going. I felt like when I got pregnant, it was over. I didn't even drop no music when I was pregnant. Last time I dropped a song was when I was like before I was dropping music again, I was like 4 or 5 months pregnant with Slay and I was done. I'm like, damn, I can't even, you feel me? I'm about to be, I used to say that, I think to you, I'm a mom now. Like I can't be doing no music. I can't be, you know what I'm saying? But now, Cardi B came out.
Like 22 talking like that.
Like, fuck, I'm a mom. I can't do that. Like, I can't be, you know what I'm saying? But then Cardi B came out with pregnant through her shit. She just made me feel like, damn, bitch, you could have kept going. You probably would have been further. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing that a woman can't do. Like, it's possible. Yeah. Like, you feel what I'm saying? It's just people that just be in a way to make them feel like, make them feel discouraged. My thing about it, the person I'm with, the person I'm going to be with, the person I'm going to be with for life, you guys support whatever I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I want to be me. If I'm not 100% comfortable and peaceful with being me, it's never going to work. Because now, when you get that little taste of freedom, you find out who you are in the process of that. So when you get in your next relationship or whatever, you know what you want and you don't know what you won't tolerate. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really, I like where feminism at. I just feel like too many people got too many opinions on other people. Like, even with this whole abortion thing. How you going to tell me I can't get an abortion? You know what I'm saying? It's women out here that's having babies that's half dead. Like, like brain dead. They gotta have these babies but who are y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all not only are you putting a woman through it, but you're putting through it's just too many, it's too much. I don't like politics like that, but I don't fuck with that shit. Cause that shit just, it rubbed me the wrong way. It rubbed me the wrong way. I don't like that shit. Don't comment on me. Don't comment on another woman's body. Just let a woman be her. Because if a woman could be her, she's going to be her best self, I feel like. People judging and people telling the woman she should do this, she starts second guessing herself and she starts fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Let a woman be her. Support her trying to be her best self. And we all going to see how the shit happens. Everybody going to be eating around and fucking with that, you know? But yeah, that's how I feel about it.
And I want to ask you some more questions about that because I love everything you just said.
It's real. I feel like that.
No, it is. But for me personally, I worry sometimes because I look at everything as like, how long is this going to last? And, we were just talking about how far ahead into the future I go in my thought process. And to keep it a buck with you, I have older women in my family, my mother and my aunts. I've seen them in their late 20s, in their 30s, 40s, now into their 50s. And I seen them struggle.
Right.
And as a younger man, it kind of it's a different kind of, I wouldn't want to say pain, but it's like it's a certain feeling to seeing all these women with no men around them. And I kind of,
what you felt like your responsibility was, like being in that position, like at that moment?
To be honest, I feel like it's a burden.
Yeah.
Because I knew if it was more men around, they would be better.
A load off a little bit.
Yeah, it's all around though.
Right.
because everybody sees that period when their mom has a friend or whatever you want to call it, and they know that their mother just turned magical when she just have that energy around her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, it's kind of different for me because I was raised by my dad. I wasn't raised by my mom. I mean, I came with my house on the weekends and stuff, but I can't sit up here. The struggle life that happened to the teens, but I can never say as a child I struggled and it was bad and we had to do. I'll be sugar wood. I never had to. My father whooped my ass, but my father gave me the best of the best. Like my father and my stepmother, I had to say, was that example I needed. What a woman should treat. I'm 29. I have only seen my father and my stepmother argue one time in my life. I never even seen them curse at each other. You know what I'm saying? They was always that role model of what I wanted my relationship to be like. You know what I'm saying? But don't get me wrong. Just because my father was living good, I still had to come back and visit my mom. And sometimes my mom was struggling, and that put me in a bad. I didn't resent my father.
At least you had your dad as a point of reference.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And I say that from the point of me and you are lucky.
Right.
We know our fathers.
Right.
We get a chance to experience our fathers.
Right. A lot of people don't got that.
A lot of people only have their mother.
Right.
And I be thinking like, yo,
right.
I would not just calm. None of this would be if I would just. And I love my mom. I get a lot of great things like how I put things together and how I'm able to hustle, and I get a lot of that from my mother. But it's certain key things that you need a man around for, and it makes me feel like
as a man,
as a person,
as a
human.
But a man need a certain
absolutely,
woman, right?
Absolutely. But this is basically as a human, everybody.
Yeah, facts.
And I say that to say it kind of make me feel like Trey from Boys in the Hood, because I can literally see the effect of these people not having no male figures in their life.
Right.
And I'm like, yo,
positive male figures at that. Right.
At the end of the day, this is the main difference between me and them.
Right.
Is
facts. That one thing. Facts. And it make you think like, what if they did? Who they would be? Because you could see somebody with a bunch of potential, but you feel what I'm saying? Make you think like certain motherfuckers, they had a different type of upbringing, a different type of different type of love given to them.
And then they come to this. Like me personally, I had a father, so I was never looking for acceptance or trying to, you know what I'm saying? These people, they don't have that, so that turned into them looking for love from their brothers because they want that masculine acceptance, that embrace. You know what I'm saying? So it turned into girls doing things looking for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. But you know what? Even I don't know if you remember my new freestyle that I did on my page, but it made me view the way I view other relationships, like my past relationships with men. Some men, not having mothers. Like at the time, it's like I blame you for how you treat me, but I gotta. Now that we're not together, I step back. You didn't have a mother, so it's not that I'm making an excuse for you, but I get it. Just like if you a man and you don't got no father in life, you're gonna be different. You feel me? That's why I never last freestyle. You got childhood issues and mommy trauma. I believe it. So the fact is, I could never really love you like you needed. That's facts. I could never love you like your mother did. But that's what you was looking for in me. You get what I'm saying? So I get I wholeheartedly get what you're saying as far as the man with it make you different.
Real talk.
Make you different.
Real talk.
And make you or break you.
You're gonna be lacking.
Word.
You're gonna be lacking and looking.
Lacking and looking. Double L. Lacking and looking out this motherfucker. Real talk. Like, for real. But I'm blessed to have my father in my life. My father's still in my life. But you know it's crazy? I just let my father hear my first song.
How was that?
Yeah. And I was just like, my father, first of all, before I let my father personally hear my song, my cousin, shout out to DJ Naeem. He worked in the industry or whatever. He let my father hear my song, whatever. And I was like, my father used to always ask me, I told my father, like, I do music, daddy, right? And he like, okay, were you gonna let me hear it? Never. Like, you know what I be saying on these songs? Hell no. Like, but my cousin let my father hear it. And that I was so nervous for my father to hear it, because even now in my grown age, I don't curse around my father. I don't smoke around my father. It's just a different respect that I grew up with around my father. I respect and love my mother, but growing up, my mother allowed that. My father always had that. You ain't about to get around me and do this. My mother was the same way.
So, and I'm glad you said that because I want to go back to what we know this is important.
Mm-hmm.
So why do we think endorsing this I don't need a man super independent culture is good for our women nowadays?
Because it's the controlling thing too. Like this is the thing. A man, they may act like this is the problem. Men want you to be housewives, all right? They want you to cater to them, right? But then the moment that you want to follow something that your heart wants to follow, it's like that shut down. If you could take that shit, I just posted something on my page today. Like, if you could take that away from me within an instant, I have no independence. So what the fuck? Now I don't need you. That's why I said, like, when I was in a relationship, I depended on a man for everything because he made me feel like I couldn't depend on him. I didn't have to work. He made me feel like you don't gotta work. I'm gonna pay your bills. All you gotta do is stay in the house, be a good girl, fuck, clean, take care of the kids. You know what I'm saying? But when I got that independence, even if it was a struggle, it felt good to get my first car on my own. It felt good to get my first house. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's like when a man feel like, even if you're a housewife or whatever, it's a control thing. It's not like it used to be back then. It's not. It's more of a control. Men used to like to go to work, come home to their wives, whatever the case may be. But like, you know, like that's the thing. Women didn't have dreams. And if they had dreams, they were scared to speak on them. We had a different age and time. Motherfuckers got dreams. Motherfuckers want to do shit. You get what I'm saying?
But you know what I think though? I think part of that is false.
Why?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Because I feel like women conform to every other thing in every other industry, except, you know, listening to, I guess, a man.
In what way though?
They'll go to college, put in years, the PhD. They'll get a BBL, risk their life, go get an unlicensed doctor just to go bartend. And just the list goes on of things that they will go above and beyond to do for, at the end of the day, another man. Okay,
look, a lot of times women do stuff for other men, but a lot of times women do shit because that's what they want to do. Why is it okay for a nigga to go do what they want to do? And it's like, it's always, if you look at it, it's always good when niggas in the industry and it's like, oh, she was with me from the very beginning. You feel what I'm saying? She was with me. You rarely hear that for a female. He was with me for the very beginning. Who? Cause then that's how I feel. Like what I want to do, I feel like ain't nobody gonna stop me. I'm gonna do videos. If I'm gonna have male models in my video, making it believable, the man in my relationship at the time is gonna be like, I don't like him touching like that. But why not? This is what I really want to do. That's what I'm saying.
But you gotta admit though, that is tough though.
But okay, so why is it easier for me to watch another woman touch you?
You know why?
It's not fair, Lil. No,
it's not fair, but I'm gonna tell you why, right? Because if you and your dude walking down the street, right, and somebody and y'all get into an altercation, however the altercation unfold, whatever happened, he is expected to put his life on the line for you, not the other way around,
right?
So. To me, that's the main part. It's
like, expect you, I'm knocking that nigga out. Like,
you feel me? And it's like, yo, you put your life on the line to defend your woman's honor. So you want to make sure she stays honorable. So if you do got to put your life on the line at one point in time, it's for a valid cause. Right. It's not just willy-nilly like this for no reason. You feel what I'm saying?
But if that's your woman, she never going to put you in a position to have to put your... That's why as a man, that's the problem. As a man, you got to know the type of woman you got.
But
it goes both ways.
I'm just saying with the culture,
right?
With the hookup culture,
right.
City girls,
right.
And it's like it's programming all the young girls to think a certain way, and it's no alternative. It's no Lauryn Hill now. It's not even Remy Ma.
It's not. It's really not.
You know what I'm saying? So, but that's why I always bring it back to we need Dela Gold music.
Right.
We need to be hearing these things. Right. Who's going to say it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But even Dela Gold got situations where a man don't want me to be me. Like that's what I'm saying. Like even though I'm being me, I gotta fight through that shit. You get what I'm saying? Because just like you saying, just like you go to say, I struggle with that shit. Like, they don't really want me to say what the fuck I want to say. They don't really want me to really be me because, like, oh, because I'm, like I said, I find inspiration from relationships. I find so it's like you saying something, you putting motherfuckers in that. Like you know what I'm saying. Like now you making another nigga feel like he could talk to you or holler at you.
I don't think it's that. I think it's how it's done. You feel me? Because even with Beyonce and her album, right? I don't feel like with her and Jay-Z, or neither one of them, they didn't just put out a freestyle and say, "Oh, I got cheated on," or "I cheated on somebody." They crafted it and made it like a high form of art.
Right.
They made it an album and they was able to profit and feed their family more off of it.
Right.
So I think even
because it was an understanding between the relationship. That's how I feel. It was an understanding.
But check this out, right? If I dated an artist, right, and something happened between us, and she wrote something about me and she released it, and it was in an artistic way, I would respect it. But
how could you write something bad? Like, it's no way to write something bad about somebody in an artistic way because of in the world we live in nowadays, they're going, you feel what I'm saying? They're not gonna even look at it as artistic. I feel like the only art you can really do is coming out of music. It's not, you can't really write no fucking letter and be like,
but I'm talking about music.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm talking about music.
Yeah, I respect it 100%. Right. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not respected like that. I'm not respected like that. Like, I had to really fight for doing certain songs. Like, I had to shout out to my baby daddy because I don't want to beef with him. I love you, Mike. you my daughter father. I don't got no beef with you, my boy. We cool or whatever. But even so, when I did certain songs, I had to hit him up. Look, I'm about to say this. Ain't no beef with you, but this is my truth. This is how I feel. You feel me? It kind of went left. Sometimes we got to an argument. Sometimes it did. You feel me what I'm saying? But it was just I was never trying to shade you. I was never trying to offend you. I was never trying to drag you. It's just that because for so long when I was with you, I couldn't say what I really felt because I didn't want to disrespect you. But now that I feel like I'm my own person. Years without you, I'm coming into who I am. Right. I feel like I should be able to say that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to that.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like even now when I'm in new relationships, it's kind of it could be kind of difficult because now before I was more submissive so early. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like I know what I want. I'm not doing that. This is what I want to say. I'm gonna say this, and you don't fucking like it. Bye. That's just that. But before it was like you don't like this. I'm not gonna say this. I gotta. You know what I'm saying? But then it changes the song. It changes the theme. It changes everything I want to say. Now it's like, I want to say this. I'm about to say this. You don't like it? Whatever. What's up? You going to be in the song next, nigga. What's up? You know what I'm saying? It's just different. It's just really different. I just feel different. I feel like when a woman is in a relationship, she's a whole nother different person because she's submissive. And I also feel like sometimes a woman, unless you got that friendship with a nigga first, you're not really yourself. I don't care what nobody say. Unless you got a bond with a nigga before you with a nigga, you're not really yourself. So the whole time I feel like you're faking. Because when a woman is single, she's her real self. She's her real fucking self.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, she her real self.
She belongs to the streets.
But I'm saying, if you could get around your nigga and y'all both from the club and you twerk and your nigga smack your ass, you're your real self. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not around your nigga, you would do it. And he wouldn't because he know that's you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Look, this me.
We are allowing this time. We're gonna revisit this with another episode.
Okay, right.
So before we get out of here, let these people know where they can find you, all your social media handles.
Okay, so I'm on YouTube. I'm finna to be on all platforms. I got a video coming out in 2 weeks. Shout out to Big Up. That's his Instagram. He's gonna be my lead man in the video. But I got Hood Love coming out. I'm thinking about doing Shots Fired. I don't know because that came out like a year ago, but everybody loved that song. So I'm thinking about doing a Tupac thing. But
drop that shit.
Just drop it, right? So I got I've been for a couple songs. I had this theme for a mixtape called Gold Summer, Gold Winter, Gold Summer. But yeah, don't worry, I'm working on shit.
Social media.
Oh, my Instagram is Dela __gold. Just keep looking for the freestyles because I'm about to keep going hard with the freestyles because I see y'all fuck with the freestyles. It's crazy because I post a snippet of my songs and y'all fuck with the freestyles. Like, so I'm gonna keep going with the freestyles and shit. I'm just gonna keep being raw, keep being me. Y'all just keep tuning in. Y'all keep fucking with me because I appreciate the love. I appreciate you, Lil. No matter what, you feel me? You my boy, you my brother, nigga. We started from the bottom, now we here, drinking ass. But nah, like you
shot the fuck out, yo.
Nah, but I fucks with you, Lil. Like, no matter what, no matter when I stop, you always on my ass. You always keep me on my toes, and I appreciate you inspiring me. I'm happy you invited me here. I'm happy to be here. I'll come back anytime. Shout out to B Mac because it's his birthday.
Shout out to B Mac.
Right, happy birthday, B Mizzle. Like, I just y'all gotta just stay tuned because I'm coming.
Yeah, so that's Dela Gold, all platforms. Check out the freestyles.
Hopefully I can get a feature from Khalil Jibran.
Oh, you know, that's regular.
Oh, okay.
You know, I dropped the song without even letting her know, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's out right now.
Yeah, I'm on your ass.
Go get that. 420, catch Dela Gold live. You know what I'm saying? Catch Khalil Jibran live. Catch Cool Brand. They're going to be vending in the spot. That's right. Shout out to my guy Primo. Shout out to Pete. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tim. Shout out to the whole family.
All my friends that keep texting me, y'all, the link is in my bio. Go to my bio because I'm tired of sending y'all this stuff. Just go to my bio. It's there. Come on. We lit. I'm telling y'all, we fucking lit, y'all. So let's go because the tickets gonna go out soon. You know, everybody lit for 20. So let's get lit. I'm performing. You know, Lil gonna be there. Lil performing. Lil gonna have me hype. I'm gonna be out there just tweaking fuck out, you know. But yeah, let's go. Let's fucking go.
It's gonna be lit.
Lit. Okay.
Yeah, be there. 420 experience. Khalil Jibran, 1 time for your mind, 2 times for your spine. Dela Gold. New Jerusalem. Oh, they wildin'. New Jerusalem world. Dream do come true. We so Brick City.
I love you, Slay. Cause you watching.
Lay, what up, Lay? Oh, they said give us something real quick. You want to leave them out with a freestyle?
Oh, y'all put me on a blast. Damn, what I want to say. Let me see. I didn't even see this the whole time.
Give us some.
What you want to hear? Tell me what type of movie you in. Dang, what type of movie you in?
Whatever you got. Even this little 4 bars, 8 bars, whatever. Give them something.
All right. I said, I was raised by my father. That's why I'm mad tough. Mother never played no games. That's why I don't give a fuck. These days, Trip Death ain't sitting right with me. They said a heart attack. Man, that pill was a bad cut. Listen, still in the hood. Still in the trenches, bitches still on my dick and they still in my business. Probably fuck on a nigga, but it's hard to catch feelings. Had to slow down on them pills because sometimes I be tripping for real. Let me catch a quick thirst. Used to call quick to get a poppy sandwich nigga in a big burst. Quick to clock a 9 to 5 nigga, then go sell perks. Had to walk from time to time, but fuck it, whatever sell first. I mean, champagne, not to feel his pain. Bitches be the biggest treat, but they still can't shade. I was up a couple bands and I still felt caged, but they can. I said, but can't no money, can't do shit when your fam ain't straight for real. Listen, shit ain't all simple. Taking care of my brother while these demons steady playing on his mental. The first of the month and the rental. Babysitter cancel when my boss steady texting in the bitch mood. Listen, still I grind, still I hustle. I was 1 deep in my BM. Shit don't tell me about muscle. I had lint up in my pocket. Shit don't tell me about struggle. I never lied on my pussy. If I fuck you, I fuck you for real. Okay? I ain't gonna go too crazy.
That look motherfucking gold. Y'all hear that shit, nigga?
I love pain.
Y'all
But
hear
some
that
real shit.
nigga?
No cap in the rap, okay?
420, get your motherfucking tickets now. You ain't know, you know now, motherfucker. The link in my bio.
Both our bios.
Cool Brand gonna be in the motherfucking building, have all the good smoke.
Yep.
Everything you need, baby. Dela Gold, baby. Khalil Jibran, 1 time for your mind. Thank y'all for viewing. Thank y'all for spending time with us, man. If you've seen it thus far, we out, baby. You already
Shout
know.
out to my nigga. I know you watching.
Hey, Soleil.
Shout out to New. Shout out to Leg. I know you watching too.
What up, Millie?
Right now, look.